To install, drag the JSX bin file to your Script UI panels folder. I have a couple shape layers here I'll be turning into a head rig. When you're animating, 0 frames, 10 frames, and 20 frames are your animation times, with 10 being the middle. This will make more sense in a second. But since I'll be jumping between these times a lot, I like to add comp markers. The first thing you want to do is create a head null. It's kind of like the anchor of your head rig. I like to place the head null right around where the neck would be, but that's just personal preference. Once it's in place, select all the other layers and parent them to the head null. Now let's animate head turns left to right. Select the layers you want to animate and go to the middle time, 10 frames. I'm going to set some position keyframes here, then go to 0 frames, my left time, and nudge these layers over to the left. Then I'm going to go to 20 frames, my right time, and nudge the layers over to the right. Once I've animated the left to right, I want to select the animated properties and click Set Left-Right Keyframes. This writes expressions on those properties, telling the head rig that they're part of the left-right head turn. Notice how the left-to-right doesn't animate in time anymore. That's because it's linked to the left-right slider. If I want to see the animation play out in time, I just click the keyframe icon to the left of the slider. I'm going to add one more thing to the left-right, the scale of the head shape. I'm going to pull it in on the sides a little, make it look like the head's turning. Just select the animated property and set it as a left-right. Now it's part of my left-right head turn. Now we want to animate the up-down, but we can't use these position properties because they already have left-right expressions written on them. We can use other properties like anchor point or shape group positions, or we can just select the layers and click Create Up-Down Null. This parents them to a null. Now we can animate that null's position up and down and set those keyframes as our up-down keyframes. Now we have both a left-right and an up-down, so let's create our head controller. Click Create Head Controller. I like to size mine up a bit, but that's just personal preference. The first thing you have to do with the head controller is set its boundaries. So go ahead and move it to where you feel like the middle of the head is and set the middle. Then set the right and the up. It automatically sets the left and down. Once the boundaries are set, click Rig, and your head controller is rigged. Now, even though the head controller is rigged, you can still go back and individually disconnect the left, right, and up downs. You can even turn on keyframes so you can add another animation. I'm going to add a little more to my left, right animation. With left, right keyframes turned on, I can easily tweak an existing animation, like giving this nose a little parallax on each side, or adding a little rotation of the mustache. Add the keyframes and set them as left and right. If you want to tweak a head rig that you created with BQ Head Rig, simply select the head null or the head controller and click the load button to load it into the panel. Keep watching more videos for more advanced tips.